What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have, oh, hold on, Cancer, I got something, okay, there we go. This is for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot cards, but it's based on our ruler here, the good old moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going to avoid. Of course, it's all those lunar shenanigans. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, oh, feeling lovely, loved and not abused. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Moon Day. It's Monday. Hope you're feeling intuitive. Hope you had a great weekend. Enjoyed the energies over the weekend. And Cancer, the moon is in Virgo. And with the moon being in Virgo, Cancer, this is a very organized, disciplined, detailed-oriented placement for the moon to be in. Ooh, interesting, Cancer. It looks like we're... Hold on, Cancer. We'll get into that in a second. Interesting. But this is a great energy for if you need to get things in order there, Cancer. Virgo is great for that. They're a very methodical sign and one that can really help bring structure into your everyday, because they're associated with the sixth house, which is the sign, or which is the house of routines. And this can be another thing too, Cancer, analyzing your routines and kind of seeing, can we get things working in a more, again, a kind of efficient manner with this Virgo energy. And where Virgo energy and like even like sixth house stuff may not be the most exciting, Cancer, the sixth house is the one house that you do, or one of the houses that you do operate in on a daily basis, from brushing your teeth to taking a shower to cleaning the house to just all of those things that may seem mundane in the moment but really do help create that structure. So this really, I feel like Virgo energy is one that does get a little underrated sometimes in how it vital, and all of the houses are vital there, Cancer, but just making sure, and houses and the zodiac signs too, but there's a little something to think about there. But this is also the house of and the sign, or excuse me, I'm all, well, I mean house sign, they're all they're similar, but with the moon being in Virgo as well, this is a great energy for just kind of doing like paying attention to your physical health there, Cancer, your mental, emotional, maybe even your spiritual health there, Cancer, and just kind of checking in. It's good for like well-being and fitness, and paying attention to what you're consuming and making sure that things are resonating well with the body. So, and the one thing I will say about Virgo energy is that we want to be careful about that kind of perfectionist energy and needing everything to be in this. Yeah, just being mindful of that, and being overly critical there, Cancer. Just something you love others and of yourself. So just one thing to pay attention to with this energy. And then we're in the last quarter, the third quarter phase there, Cancer. And this is when the moon forms, just how in the first quarter she's forming that square with the sun. Now she's forming another square with the sun as well. But now we're on the waning end of these lunar phases. And the third quarter is about that release, that out with the old and the negative type of energies. They're really great cleansing energy for letting go and for cleaning up any kind of emotional and physical clutter as well. They're perfect for that Virgo energy there, Cancer. But even this is a great energy too for taking responsibility for what things went well during this lunar cycle, what things didn't go so well, how we, and then practice exercising this forgiving energy and meeting yourself where you're at on your growth, and and then just continuing to grow from there, Cancer. But this is a great energy too for just kind of tying up any sort of loose ends and things, and just not just just kind of getting things just back in, getting things orderly, and embodying. And I like that this card this says this card associated with the Judgment card, which is that rebirth energy, and you coming into this new you, Cancer. So I dig that. I think that's gonna kind of couple nicely here with this your general energy. But before we get into that, Cancer, I know you're excited, but these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Cancer. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, so go show them some love, Cancer. They're a very intuitive group. I think you enjoy their energy. And also is a link for an astrologer that I like watching, Cancer. So the description box is just lit for you. Just all kinds of stuff there for you, Cancer, so check that out. But let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day there, Cancer. Because if we've had this card before here, you got the Dissolve card here. And this is, and actually, Cancer, this Dissolve card is one of 5 cards that are kind of the more kind of special spiritual sign or spiritual cards in this deck. And this Dissolve card is about release identity and merge with source. And I like that it came up during this Virgo moon energy, because Virgo, we all can learn a lot from our opposite signs. Us learning from Capricorn, and Pisces learns from Virgo, but Virgo, vice versa. But I feel this energy is... So 2 things. With this merging with source, I feel that it is dissolving that barrier that you can't find that intuition, or that kind of magical sort of spiritual energy in your day to day there, Cancer. Because I feel Virgo energy is one that can get really caught up in the material realm, and being they're one of the earth signs, so they can get caught up in this realm and so focus on this manifesting that they can neglect that spiritual side as well, becoming so attached to the vessel and making this thing work, function as best, which is fantastic. But we want to just embody more. We're more than just this physical body that's here, Cancer. It's a way broader than that, and I feel that it's one of those things where we understand that, I feel like, as a soul, just as a whole, a society. But it's not something that is, it's I feel like it's getting more so talked about, but I feel that there's still this maybe struggle here as far as releasing, over identifying with the body, if that makes sense, Cancer. And again, it's not that we're disregarding this vessel, but it's just it's that detachment of... Sometimes I find, Cancer, especially when you're just sort of this really in the present moment, and just really kind of looking at this, even just looking at your hands, there are times I kind of catch myself just sort of, you can almost, I feel you can not just feel where your spiritual energy comes into, but you can even I feel like you can even see it, if you just really kind of focus there and be in this moment. And I feel like it's keeping that identity as a spiritual being in this, going through this physical experience, and how do we operate in this denser type of energy, since we're such these light energy beings, and merging with staying connected with source, and staying present, listening to that intuition in your everyday there, Cancer. I like this energy. It gives me very kind of like 9 of Pentacles kind of energy here. But let's get some tarot on this, Cancer, and get some details. Maybe even Hanged Man's energy, because that's Neptune. But I do, even thinking about that, Cancer, one thing with that Dissolve, I do feel that sometimes on the opposite end, that we can stay, because you can't have, I feel we want to make sure that we're not neglecting the body as well, because while we are this is kind of like our the home for our spiritual selves, and that our spirits are living in. And I feel we do want to make sure that we're not just so where it is good to be merged with source and staying in that connected type of energy, we still do have these obligations that are meant to be met here in this, while we're going through this experience. So that's something to keep in mind too, Cancer, to not go to the other extreme as well. So thank you. All right, Cancer, let's see what's going on here. Absolutely. Temperance. Absolutely, Cancer. Alright, so you have the Temperance card, the 4 and 10 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and then the Page of Coins here, Cancer. And, I feel with the Temperance card here, I like how, I don't know if you can really tell, you can tell that, Cancer. It's it's like this unicorn, and I like this. You got this unicorn here, this mystical creature, your spirit energy. But it's like when we look at in this, when it's looking in this reflection here, things are all distorted. I feel like it's not really seeing itself for the mystical being that it is, or some. I feel like that connection has gotten a little blurred there, Cancer, and we have sort of lost our identity in a sense, or we may have even kind of clung on to this new, really kind of clung to this sort of like the our rising sign in a sense, to this appearance of, it's like once we saw a reflection, it's just like, oh, what's that? And then like really overly invested in that there, Cancer. And I feel when we're, because this 10 of Wands is giving me this sort of bogged down energy that when we lean too much any sort of way there, can maintain that balance is hard, Cancer, and it can be kind of burdensome. But it's not, it's like when you find yourself, just in that state of imbalance, it just makes it makes the journey more taxing. I feel like going with this 10 of Wands here, and it makes, I feel like, it harder to appreciate the ability to your abilities to manifest in a sense. And I feel even too, Cancer, because the 4 of Wands can be like a card, can be a card of celebration. And I feel that this energy, because when we're talking about releasing that identity, I feel like that's not something that we want to get in that sort of like sad or mourning, or even like nihilistic energy, as far as like what does this matter or anything. It's no, it's something to celebrate, because now it's like we recognize that that this isn't just something random, that we chose the energies that we're going through, these experiences that we need to experience in order to have this sense of graduation there, Cancer. And I even feel, Cancer, when we're more so kind of like, because I feel it's more so we're on the other end as a society, more so geared towards that materialistic energy, that it makes it harder. I feel like we're constantly, how this lizard here is just sort of, the floor is lava, and you're just walking on these little pebbles here, and it feels like that you're losing. With life, you can lose your ground, and in any minute, it's like this kind of live fast and go YOLO lifestyle, and then just sort of burn out. Like, but it's more than that, Cancer. And but I feel it's a big part of it is going to be coming into, or yeah, like a big part of it will be coming into like kind of questioning who you really are, and really kind of not just, I feel like it's not just us saying that, but really kind of believe, like knowing that, Cancer, like there's this other side of you, dissolving that barrier so that the two can work together to get through this school here that is Earth, that is this human experience, Cancer. So hmm. I like that, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that a little bit there, but let's get some more energy on this. Hmm. Oh, all right, Cancer. All right, so you have the page and the page of swords, the king of swords, the two of coins, and then the tower here, Cancer. And with this two of coins here, I like this because look at this bear nurturing this energy here, and I feel like that. Oh, and you got the ace of cups here, Cancer. Ooh, can't forget about your ace of cups, because there is a lot of, I feel, nurturing energy coming here with this two of coins, but it's nurturing these that sixth sense there, Cancer, and I feel that it's like, again, when we dissolve that almost like it's dissolving that boundary, not letting this physical body be this barrier here, or this be, let that think that this is, how do I want to put this, like this be our foundation, in the sense, again, it's our soul, that this foundation. It's like this page of swords is thinking in a different type of way, in a way. I was talking with someone there recently. They said something to me that I really appreciate, and I think someone else might would have thought that was kind of a lazy thing to say, but I liked what they had said, because we were talking at my little side gig, and they were saying that, I'm only here like a few days, a couple days a week, younger person. I'm just like, yeah, only here a couple days a week. I'm not trying to stress and work that hard. And it wasn't in like because it just, this is what wasn't where her energies was trying to keep her. I like the way that she, and I like that idea of that sort of just like that. It's and it wasn't, again, it wasn't coming from a place of laziness. This was coming from a place of, I feel she was speaking from, like, this was a means to an end in order to build a bigger, it's like the bottom of her foundation, like things were still building up from there. So I hope that makes sense. But I feel there is this learning aspect of you, Cancer, when you go to find, go to meet yourself and understand what that connection with source, or your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, your deities, whatever that's looking like there, Cancer, God, Buddha. But I do feel it's taking that, the tower is giving me almost like this sort of like shock to the system, in the sense, or this sort of like this boom, like aha moment, and it's taking this idea and maturing with the king of swords. And the ace of cups is that, usually there are these five streams that are flowing out of this cup, and there's this dove that's diving down, that's your sixth sense. And I feel when all of those aspects kind of come together there, Cancer, that's where you can kind of find you, and there's this wisdom that can grow from this. But I feel the big kind of question is, Cancer, is just like, where have we built our identity at? How do we define ourselves? Do we see, and then I even feel like, do we see ourselves as a spiritual being, and then even understanding how we're all connected to, we all come from the same source, and we're all energies, and like how, and I remember reading something here recently where it's just like how the energies that you're putting out there, like how you feel about another's, how you feel about yourself. And and that may not necessarily, you, It's this tricky energy to explain here, Cancer. But I feel it's something too when you're thinking about this. Is even as I'm talking about it, the ten of wands. I feel like it's building on there. You know, that kind of pressure that this is a lot. You know, with this journey, and it can be, Cancer, processing this whole thing. It can be a whole lot, but nurturing that soul in this vessel here, and you know, learning this energy of compassion with the Ace of Cups, and learning to love, meet others as deeply as you've met yourself, and really can just change the dynamic. I really hope that that makes sense, Cancer, because this is you know, I guess this is very appropriate that this is happening on a Monday, because Mondays are moon days are considered very intuitive energies there, Cancer. So I'm digging it. But let's go ahead and get some advice from. Oh, let me move this a little bit. From Mercury. Ooh. And you get a lot of getting a lot of pages here, Cancer. And the pages are very youthful energy. So I feel like this is try not to be overwhelmed too. This is something where if this is something that we're just beginning at, or really starting to form a, you know, that identity with, because these changes here, because you got the, let me tell you what you got here, Cancer, because you got the Death card, the and I like that too, how you got the, how fascinating, Cancer. And I say you're getting a lot of, oh yeah, you just like, hold on, Cancer, I'm all over the place. I like how you got the Page of Swords and the King of Swords here, because you got the Page of Wands and the King of Wands, Cancer, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and then the Death card here. And let's switch back over. Because what I was getting at with those pages is that since you got the pages Wands, Swords, and Pentacles, I feel like it's not being afraid of being a beginner, and you know, there's going to be a lot of how, look at how intensively this owl is studying, because that's what's going to be a lot, Cancer. A lot of doing some research, learning a lot about yourself, learning a lot about, you know, what spirituality means to you, how we are all connected as a soul tribe, a soul family here. What does your soul family look like for you? Maybe that foundation, it maybe is maybe coming into change here, Cancer. But with the Death card, this does feel like in a sense of an old idea that may be coming to you. Combination Death card Tower, because Mars here, the Tower rules over Death card Scorpio, and Mars just entered into, you got Temperance card here, Sagittarius, not too long ago, and Mars in Sagittarius is that taking of action into that learning something bigger about yourself. And you see this Page of Wands here, he don't know how to juggle. He's just figuring this out as it go. But he looks cool as a cucumber while he's doing it, because he is learning. You know, he's taking that initiative to be a novice, to be a tyro. And that was one of my words of the day, Cancer, not too long ago. I dig that. But to be someone who is a beginner and know that there is a lot of, as you come and kind of get those energies in harmony there, you can really start to, it's like this King of Wands is really honing that craft and coming into that sense of expertise that's coming through. So, and you can be an expert, Cancer, at working with your energies. So, but I do feel that there is this sort of, with this Death card, there is this sense of idea that something is metaphorically dying, in a sense that, like, you know, that there is this, it's this idea of that, understanding that life and death cycle there, Cancer, but not again to let it become this sort of like this morbid type of energy here, because this was not meant to be something where we were meant to do this all the time and being this reincarnated energy. We're, you know, meant to be an experience to kind of enjoy this, but then somewhere along the way we started to accumulate all this karma here, and you know, they're just, it's things have gotten a little out of whack there, Cancer. But things are changing though, and you are changing, Cancer. We're all kind of changing there, and so I feel like it's, the sooner that you can, that you begin to dissolve this barrier with source, remembering your roots, even with this Ten of Cups here, that ancestry type of energy, this past life even type of energy there, and can really lead to a lot of significant changes here, gain a lot of wisdom here, and give you more clear guidance as where to put your energies at. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. I like this, and I hope that made sense. That was an interesting one to kind of dissect. There, a lot to think about with Mercury being here, which is not surprised. But if anything resonated with you, Cancer, I feel like that, give it a thumbs up. Wait, there we go. I'm gonna be done with that, Cancer. But and share this, Cancer. If you know someone who's been, because Cancer, we're all powerful intuitives, but Cancer, you are a great intuitive. We're connected to the moon, the fastest. For the sake of, the moon's not a planet; she's a luminary, but she's the fastest planet. I know Mercury's fast too, but the moon does laps. But it's just share this if you know someone who's going through something, because I feel like when you're in your really intuitive energy there, Cancer, connected with source, you can really become powerful healers as well. But and then subscribe there, you what am I call you, you tower. I don't know, Cancer. Hit that bell button, get notified now, the King of Wands, get notified now these videos each day. And then last little bit there, Cancer, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus placements for your readings. But just go check your chart there, Cancer. I actually was just talking with the Cancer. They were telling me their Cancer Sun, Aquarius Moon. I dig that. That's always a cool combination. So I think I've met like one other person with that combination so far. But Aquarius Moon that's a dope one. But learn about yourself there, Cancer. Then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do monthly videos, weekly ones, yearly ones. It's a good old time there, Cancer. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. You got the Three of Cups here. And, Cancer, I feel with this Three of Cups that I feel, don't be afraid to have this, like, deeper discussions about this. If there's a situation where you find yourself in where you can kind of talk about these sort of larger than life type of thing, the Sagittarius type of energy, that expansive type of stuff. Because we still got a couple weeks of Sag season left. And I don't know, I feel like it's like this creating this healthy dialogue with this idea of something, larger than yourself, and thinking about these bigger sort of like, I mean, Cancer, maybe I was just thinking as big as, what's out there in the universe, or, just what is our purpose here, what drives you, how do you want to change, how do you want to grow and to adapt, and I feel like, creating more spaces for conversation, or being open to when conversations like that happen. I was talking with a Lyft driver not too long ago, and we had a surprisingly insightful conversation. Just kind of, it was very fascinating, and I didn't expect that to happen. So just, you never know where these kind of conversations happen, what sort of insights may come from that. So just something I feel like to just kind of pay attention to there. But let's get your, let's see, ready to get out of here, Cancer. Get ready to go do some meditation. Let me go get this card here. Interesting, Cancer. So you have the 6th card here, which is the Mirror card, Cancer. And with this Mirror card, this is world is a mirror, notice patterns and clear blocks. And I feel when you next time you look at yourself in the mirror, Cancer, I feel like just pay attention to what you do see. Just like, and I feel like it's really, but it's like, it's not just seeing just this, which this is great, but seeing deeper than that in this world, seeing into that kind of mirror world in a sense that sort of, you can just sort of notice different patterns in your everyday, just like maybe source just kind of reaching out to you, or because I do feel even with that clear block set, this like that dissolve energy that's coming through there, this clearing this blockage, just like it's not letting this is not meant to be something that keeps us like a barrier or anything from our spirit. This is a housing of our spirits, and it's just like how do we mirror that internal world on the outside there. Cancer is what I feel like it's getting. It's a very I like this, and I feel like it's like paying attention to notice how things change, how when you take time to nurture that inner world, how your outer world reflects that. So, and I'm just thinking, Cancer. And I just put the deck away, but there's that Oracle one that's got like the 108 cards there, and one of our cards, and one of the Cancerian cards is the Mirror card. So just another thing. I feel like that's something to just pay attention to there, Cancer. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Cancer, dissolving these barriers, asking yourself these bigger questions, because it can be a lot there, Cancer. I feel like try not to let that stress you out with the Nine of Swords, or, because I get it, Cancer. Try not to let that stress you out or anything like that, or get you in this state of overburning. We're all students in this life here, Cancer, trying to get to this state of graduation here. And you keep eyes on the moon. Because the moon, she's a reflection. She reflects the sun's light. And reflect on this, because we're in that waning phase, Cancer. That I feel like this mirror energy is perfect for this type of energy here. Absolutely. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.